Hi Tubies, here's Alexandra and welcome to another painting tutorial of me. Today we will have a look at an Eldar Guardian, and this tutorial is sponsored by the YouTuber named David and Josie. Well, I think that's maybe two persons. Well, they sent me this miniature and I'll go with the painting tutorial now. So, as usual, I will prime this miniature now, and for that purpose I use the Army Painter Spray Primer Uniform Grey. And what I've done here, I've cleaned all the mold lines, and also I've put him on a little cork. Well, Les from Awesome Paint Shop will hate me for that, but I did it anyway. So, I'll be back when he is primed. Okie dokie, the miniature is primed, and what I will do now is I paint the whole miniature now in regal blue. As usual, I've watered down the color a little bit, so I put in one little drop of water into the paint, and I'm using here quite an old brush because, well, for that kind of work you don't want to have your good brushes ruined. That's also a way to keep your good brushes good, to only use them for your detail work and highlighting and not for base coating purposes like this here. So quite easy, just apply the color and let it dry. I'm back when he is dry. As you can see, the miniature is blue now, and what I will do now is I use a 3-to-1 mixture out of Basecoating black wash and Assumin blue wash. And for those of you that don't know what I mean with 3-to-1 is just take 3 drops of Basecoating black and add 1 drop of Assumin blue. It doesn't matter if you measure it with your brush or with a pipette or with some other fancy measuring device. But well, anyways, you see that I create instantly all the cracks and crevices in shadows, and no, I don't create the the cracks and crevices. I create the shadows in this cracks and crevices. So, sorry guys if I mispronounce here and there something wrong. As you may know, I'm not a Native American or British or whatever, so that is not my mother language. Anyways, well, the ink is applied, and well, I will remove now a little bit of the excess paint from the top parts, as you can see here, like here on the helmet. Just take a wet and clean brush and every time wipe it off on a paper towel, and so you get rid of the messy blobs on the big surfaces. You want the wash to be in the cracks and crevices, like here on top, for example, there on the backpack. So I think that's okay. I will leave that to dry now and be right back. Okay, the wash is dry now, and what I will do now is I paint in our main color. This is a 50-50 mix out of regal blue and ultramarine blue, and as usual I will leave the cracks and crevices in the dark color, so that we have nice shadows. The brush size I use for this is here a 2, and that's mainly also the size of the GW Basecoat brush. So very patient, just paint in the main surfaces. and everything is fine. So, like usual, I'll finish this job now and be right back. Okie dokie, the blue paint job is done, and what I will do now is highlight the color. What I have here is ice blue, and here's my original color, and I will mix up now my first highlight color, like that. So, and as you can see, it's quite thin, and I will start to highlight now only the upper areas. So what I mean by that is, imagine the sun comes directly from above, so only the top parts of the miniature are highlighted now. And also leave a little bit of the old color behind, so that you get a nice transition. So, to get the right amount of paint on your brush, you see there's almost nothing on the brush. It's quite easy. You take on the paint on the brush, and then you take a paper towel and simply go over it like that, and so you can adjust the amount of color you have on your brush. So, and as you can see, I'm painting upwards here, just to increase the effect of having more pigments at the top part and lower amount of pigments down there, because I want to have it at the top areas brighter than in the lower areas, like here. And always leave a little U shape in such round areas like here behind, not a straight line. That increases the illusion of having a three-dimensional object. Okay, I hope you get it, and I will finish up the job like usual. Okay, this stage is done, and as you can see, I've mixed up a little bit brighter color now, also watered down. I also adjusted the paint amount on my brush, and I will go on highlighting, and that way you create a nice color transition. And what you can see is here I only use the tip of the brush very gently. Don't go too sloppy with your paints, then you will lose all the control. But when you paint with the tip of the brush, then you have all the control you need. So in that way you get a nice color transition. See? So, and as you can see, I'm picking out the details now even more and more. I'm not highlighting every single piece now, just the top parts, the major parts that you can see very good. Okie dokie. So now I'll increase that even more. Take the paint, highlight the color, add a little bit of water, adjust the paint on the brush, and highlight even more. I guess after that only one further step is to take here. And for that I'm using a little bit of white to add into the color. Just a tiny little bit. So that's okay. So now for the final highlights. A little bit too much paint on the brush. Better. Okay. Just the final highlights here on the top edges. They will make a nice edge highlight here. Like that. Also on the other side. Very gently going with the side of the brush over the corner. So then here a stroke here on the knee pad, and that way we get a really nice armor. Here tiny stroke, and that one here at the top part, the back corner. Also on the other side. That way it looks natural. If you would edge highlight the whole thing, then it would look unnatural. Like, well, the EV Metal team prefers this look with edge highlighting everything. Well, I have done such a miniature before, such an Eldar miniature. If you are interested in that look, you should click here. There you can find the video to the Scorpion, the striking Scorpion, and there I explain how to edge highlight. So, and now let's go on with a paint shot at this Guardian. Well, you might have noticed I haven't painted the shoulder pads yet, really. Also the helmet and the weapon itself. So, I think I will go for a bright gray for the shoulder pads and the helmet, and maybe a bone color for the weapon. So this spirit bone color. So, and for that I will use two foundation paints, Deneb Stone and Coltham Brown. I will mix up a 50-50 mix. This will look like that here. Also adding a little bit of water for better flow. So, and with that mix I will paint now the weapon. In a solid way. So, be right back when the weapon is painted. As you can see, the weapon is now in this nice bone color, and I will now paint up the gray parts, and for that I will darken down astronomical gray a little bit. A little bit more. Yeah, like that. That's good. So also turn a little bit of water. So, always remember, clean good your brush. And then I will paint now the shoulder pads in this gray color. I use foundation paints for that. Well, because you're trying to paint with a brighter color over a darker surface, And for that you need high pigment colors to have a nice even coat. You see that's quite easy to achieve. So also I will paint the helmet now and be right back. So the helmet and the shoulder pads are painted now, and I will start highlighting this color again with adding a little bit white and also a little bit water. So, and what I will do now is just highlight the gray with this color. Leave a little bit of the old gray behind, as usual, and so you get a nice color transition. Here at the helmet I will get the line up here. And also I will paint in a highlight on this part here and here at the front. Like that. So now I will highlight the color even more. Like that. Also another tiny drop of water, a little bit of flow. And yes, I can't give you an exact ratio for that. That is something you have to learn over time. Experiment with the amount of water in your paints and find a solution that is best for you. I can't give you exact measurements because every paint pot is different. It depends on how long you have had the lid open. Is it brand new, or have you had this color for almost 10 years now? And there are no exact ratios. So I'm sorry to disappoint you in that way, but it is so. So now we'll highlight the helmet here even more. So, like that. And again a little bit more white into the paint. Just again a little bit of water. Oh, a bit more, like that. So then again the shoulder, and always leave a little bit of the old color behind, like usual. Only barely touching with the tip of the brush here at the shoulder pads. So, and by the way, have you subscribed yet? Remember, subscription is for free. So, like that. So, now let's highlight the bone part from the weapon. The paint is dry yet. Okay, let's mix up the old color back again. Got the brown, deneb stone, and there we have it. Okay, I want this to be, well, more bleached bony, and for that, like it was implied, I will add a little bit of bleach bone to the color. So, like that. Also something, a little bit water. Now I will paint open again with this color, but leave a little bit of the old color behind in the shadows. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And by the way, thank you for all your comments and messages I get daily. Like, oh, you have helped me so much. I'm back into painting since I abandoned it for 10 years. Such messages I get almost every day, and well, they are the reason I'm doing this here. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I like reading comments. I like them a lot. So now let's go on highlighting. Again, a little bit more bleach bone. A little bit more water. Yes. I know I'm repeating myself. And please don't be mad at me if I don't answer every single comment and every single message I get. Well, I get several messages a day, and I can't answer everybody's mails. Well, if I don't answer you, well, the chances are good I have covered your question in one of my videos already, or in several videos. Like, for example, the most common question: what brushes do you use? This. It's a Echt-Rotmalerpinsel. Or normally I use a GW brush, GW Basecoat brush. It's the same size. So now I will use pure bleached bone. So, like that. Only on the top parts here. Okay. I think for the weapon, that's okay. So what's left to do? I think I will paint up now some silver parts here and there, some details, and here the face mask I will also paint in silver, and for that I used chainmail. And I'll be right back when this is done. Okay, the silver parts are done, and now it's time to increase the depth of the model even more. For example, at the weapon, that's too bright for me, and for that instance I go over it now with Devlin Mud Wash. And give it so a nice three-dimensional look, more depth. Also, I'm wiping off the main excess on the big surfaces, like before at the armor, to get rid of this dirty look that you get mostly when you use washes. But that's only because you don't take your time and wipe off the excess. And that way you get a really nice surface. You see? Here there's a little bit unclean. Then simply go over it, and the area is clean again. You only want to have that in the recesses. Yeah, really nice. So, same applies now to all the metal parts with bought-up black wash. So here the face mask needs a little bit more three-dimensional look. Don't use too much for this. Not too much. Here the little vents. I want to have darker than this part here. Just a little bit, not too much, not flooding the miniature this time. A little triangle, Eldar rune piece. Here are the shoes. Yeah, I think that's okay. So now I will also give the stone here, the cork area, a wash with bought-up black. Also a very easy step. So like that. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And voila, also the stone looks three-dimensional immediately. Okay. Yeah, this needs to dry now, and I'm back in a second. Now it's time for the gems, and for that purpose I use purple, and lich purple to be exact. All I do is now paint all the gems on the miniature, and well, there's quite a lot of them. I don't know who designed the Eldar, but well, he got to be a gem fanatic. I'll finish up painting now the rest. I'll be right back. Okay, all the gems are painted now, and now I'll show you how to highlight those. First, you need to know how a gem is highlighted exactly. So, I use here now a brighter variant of this purple, and I have simply added some ice blue to the mix. You see what a kind of shape I'm painting there? That's the general highlight shape. So then comes the second layer with even more ice blue in it. Like that. And then the last layer. Even further down there. But you could also use white if you want to, or another bright color. Doesn't matter. So, and now we need two little white dots. So just take your white on the brush, and then we make down here one. See? And in the top part one. Like that. And there, voila, you got a nice three-dimensional gem. So, I will finish up this at all the gems now and be right back. Okay, tubies, the gems are now painted, and the last detail that is missing are the eyes, and for that I simply take blood red and paint in the eyes. Well, the eyes of an Eldar Guardian here are quite smaller than the ones from a Space Marine, so you don't have to paint up here this color transition from a dark red to a bright red. So, that's it, he's finished. With the paint job finished, we will work now for the base, and for that I dry brush the cork now with Astronomical Grey. Very simple. Just slightly go over the surface. So, and then I will dry brush with white. At the edges. So. Okay, and now I will use some pigments on the base. I will use here some rusty pigments. This is Vallejo burnt umber, burnt sienna. So I will just add some water and loosen it a little bit. So, and then I will start adding a little bit of that to that base. Like that. So, and then I will use, there we have it. There we have it. Dark yellow ochre. I'll simply grab some with my brush and also dabbing that onto the base like that. So, and now I will use a really wet brush over a palette so I don't mess up my surface, and I will water the whole surface and get rid of some of the pigments until I'm pleased with the result, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So, okay, I will leave that to dry now and be right back. Okay, now that this is dry, I will paint the top surface now in scorched brown to give a nice underground color for the clump foliage I'm using to finish up the base. So, like that. And also this needs to dry now for a second. So, okay, be right back. Okay, the Scotch brown is dry now, and I will use now this clump foliage here. This is a mixture out of a dark and a bright one, and I'm sometimes called where to get those. Well, there are some manufacturers like Woodland Scenic or Noch who produce this, and well, you can get those at almost every model train store. So, and what I will do now is use some white glue to cover the scorched brown area. Don't worry, the white glue will dry clear, so you won't notice it. And then I will go through the clump foliage with it. Wipe off the excess by tapping against it. So, like that. And ta-da! we have a nice finished base. Only thing left to do is paint the base corner in the color of your choice. I think I will paint it black. This will always give a nice contrast to brighter bases like this one here. So simply paint the corner. So, and ta-da! There we have it. A finished Eldar Guardian. I hope you like it. And we see us in the next video. Your Alexandra.